Then we shall sing the Ghana national anthem and the East African community anthem, and then graduates for that wonderful revolutionary music. The chief guest, Honorable Kasule Justine Lumumba, the Minister for General Duties in the Office of the Prime Minister, and also a shareholder of Microfinance Support Center. And I want to take this honor to welcome you all to this milestone event in the journey to enhancing socio-economic transformation in this great nation that we all call home. Activities as you just witnessed. Now let's switch on to see how quick they will do. Up means the student has stripped the gun to maximum and is ready for assembly. We can give a round of applause to the first students who have stripped career. Chief guest, you will allow me again to follow through the protocol as earlier on introduced.
We were divided into small kingdoms that were fragmented and could not come together to fight this colonialism. His Excellency Yoweri Museveni goes on to pay tribute to Nelson Mandela for his major contribution to the liberation struggle. He starts with mentioning that Nelson Mandela was very far-sighted and he refused to engage in tribal.
Looked at his Ankole region. By then, the economic activity of those days in Ankole were majorly cattle keeping, local ways of cattle keeping, where you move from one place to another in search of water, pasture, and the rest. The resources that he looked at in this book as well, he looked at we need to have source of water to keep our cattle, being a major item for you to be in one place. He looked at occurrences, what was happening by then. Those cattle keepers were nomads. We know nomads, people who move from one place to another. And we also looked at the population. We want to see how the region was looking at contributes to the population.
As an institution supporting circles, self-help groups, OBCLAs, cooperative unions, MFIs, and SMEs, the MSC must align its efforts with these national priorities to foster economic growth and financial inclusion.
In addition to those things that we produce, in that way they attract more income for the economy and create those jobs that we've talked about.
Dedication. Together, we will shape a brighter future for Uganda. Thank you, and may God bless you all for God and my country.
In this rare guest of honor, allow me to congratulate and thank Justine on behalf of the International Leadership Institute for having swallowed their pride, given the educational background that they belong to. Because they've been working as teams, to not differentiate whether this one is a manager, this one is so and what, they have been working as a team, interconnectively, interdependently, and so many other ways. It has been a lesson on our side. Because whenever such people come here, it is not only us that are teaching.
To build strong community financial institutions that serve the needs of their members. Our chief guests, the community-based financial institutions that we focus on are primarily cooperatives, self-help groups, and VSLAs that are spread across the whole country. We believe that by enhancing their leadership, managerial capacities, and capitalization, and shared with one of members or two, we are laying a strong foundation for wealth creation, financial independence, and empowerment at the grassroots level. Cooperatives are pivotal in mobilizing internal savings and expanding access to credit. And by reinforcing the structures, we ensure that they remain sustainable engines of growth within their community.
Uganda was never colonized. We are not a colony anywhere. We were a protectorate. We were ruled by an imperial British East African Company through indirect rule. We were not like Kenya. We were not colonized. They respected our traditional chiefs and kings. You remember that? So they never call us a colony. No, we are a protectorate. And we can go on and on. I'm a historian myself. So you remove that one. Never call us a colony. So, was it platoon 2? 2. Uganda was never a colony. Please get it from a protectorate.
That created MSC, the company you were working for. And the chair of that cabinet is the president. Then we'll get you the campaign with the president. It's your duty to ensure that your employer continues to exist. You are not supposed to go directly campaigning for him, but ensure that the programs you're supposed to implement, you implement them effectively and successfully. If Ugandans continue to be poor, and you are there, you are supposed to support them, get out of poverty. Then you are campaigning the president, and in so doing, you are sending yourself out of office. So I want to implore you people, our cadres, that now after here, go back at your areas, make sure that all government programs that are within your mandate are implemented successfully, and you should set yourselves target. Before your supervisor comes to evaluate your performance, you should be able to evaluate yourself. You must have a target for a day, a week, a month, a year. So within yoga, you send out the money, thank you very much. People receive it. But is it enough? Is that enough? They received the money. Now, we have to follow up to ensure whether the money was put into proper use. Number 2, those that took the money, are they bringing it back? Is it recovered? So that other people can also have an opportunity to use it. The moment money gets stuck in the hands of few people, in yoga is failing. So you have to devise means, our cadres, in your entity, in your areas, make sure that the performance of a Nyonga is a success. And the performance is measured on 3 yardsticks. 1, the money was received. 2, is it properly utilized? 3, is it recovered so that it continues to develop? Other people are also getting it. Short of that, we are not helping you guys. My brother, Joseph, you are not supposed to sit on people's money. The moment the Minister of Finance sends money to MSC, you should immediately send this money to the beneficiaries. No more delays. I want to ask you kindly, because I know that some billions are still there. And people out there are crying, they want money. Their addresses are known. They opened up their samples. Okay? They are struggling. Even those, they do samples that first received the money and the money ended up in the hands of few people. We should not make others suffer. As we continue to enforce the recovery, let's send the money to the sample so that these others can also get it. Because people might think, other people, especially, and some leaders might think that we are using this money for another purpose. So I want you to go back and help me. Me, I'm always in the field. Now I can tell that the zonal managers in zone A is a failure. Zonal manager here is helping us. But I can't mention your names now. Let me give you a benefit of doubt. But I must appreciate Kapchoba is in which zone? The manager, that team, our team at Imari, they are helping us, Chairman.
Asante sana.
These days, even the team at Masaka, they are working on.
Asante sana.
Samson used to be, but these days I'm telling him that Samson, here now we are. Samson is delivering. And the rest of you are also good. But let's aim at achieving 100%. Okay? Because you see, at finance we are struggling because we don't generate local revenue, domestic revenue, because the tax base is very narrow. Very narrow. So these government interventions, wealth pollution interventions, the main objective is to create cheap credit, cheap capital. We want to see all Ugandans engaged in economic activities. The moment you give out money to a Ugandan, to a circle, okay? I once again thank you very much for creating time to come and be here with our team as we pass them out. And I want to take this opportunity to come and share your wisdom.
Haruna Sheine Kasule, the Minister of Finance Planning and Economic Development in charge of microfinance, the Deputy IGG, the Director of Finance and Administration, Ajat Medina, in the NIL Mind Party, the Director of the National Leadership Institute, Nali, and the team, the Chairman of the Board and the Directors present, and the team here from the Microfinance Support Center, who are the graduates, and they've named themselves cadres. I don't know whether you are cadres yet. Yes. Director, are they yet cadres? I'm yet to evaluate because I know what it takes for somebody to be a cadre. Executive Director of NIL, represented by the Deputy Executive Director, and our teams from Kyankwanzi, from the different circles and microfinance teams in the area, and media. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm a teacher by qualification. People listen to you. For the first 5 minutes, they get the message. So you make sure, if you're talking to people who are now hungry, and moreover in Kyankwanzi, you have to make sure you talk within 5 minutes if you want the message to be delivered. And yet the prayer for food in Kyankwanzi is that you should only eat when you have worked. So the director is now ready to give us food because we have worked. Haven't you worked, Director? So we are ready to have the food. So I'll try as much as possible to be brief. Here we are, we're in Kyankwanzi. I know everybody thinking I'm going to try to read the speech. No, I have a written speech, but I won't read it. Why? Because I've realized many of this is your first time here. I've been looking at you, evaluating you. I've been coming to Kyankwanzi. My first time in Kyankwanzi was 1993. That was my senior 6th vacation. I know many of you are not yet born. So while some of you are not yet born, for us who are struggling in this place, you have found a different Kyankwanzi. If the other Kyankwanzi met this Kyankwanzi, none would recognize the other. Because we came after senior 6, and what they taught us, you make your own accommodation. This coming with it, these days I hear stiletto shoes, stiletto lawyers, stiletto whatever. Now, when you come here, they will show us the bush. You go and look for grass and make your own tent. And what they will do was to give you a polythene bag. Whether you're a girl or a boy, that didn't matter in Kyankwanzi. To me, that hardened me as a person. Because it taught us that you can begin from nothing and be something. You can begin with nothing and do something. When we left here and we went now to universities, after university, while others were running to go to get other jobs and whatnot, I also got a job, but I had now to run to politics. Yet I had never had intention of joining politics, but because of Kyankwanzi. I would sit in class and listen to what others didn't want to listen. When somebody would come in with ideology, people don't want to listen. When they wake us up to go for the morning drills, people don't want. For me, I'll always go. So, everybody has talked about microfinance. I want to share an experience with you. When I left Kyankwanzi here, because I was very active in the morning, and I also had a keen interest in the gun. Why that gun? I had a keen interest in the gun. When I left here, I went back. It was the Catholic Church that was taking care of me. So, one of the parishes, their maid had gone home. They sent me there with a colleague to go and take care of Bazungu fathers there in Lumumba in Chiyonga. So when we are now leaving the dining or place, the public place for the priests, going to where we sleep, I realized somebody was on the corner of the house. I now knew. Now Kyankwazi is relevant now. Then only to see the person had a gun. What happened? Because I had been told here in Kyankwanzi to disarm a person, and the easiest person to disarm on earth is a man, I disarmed that man. So, I disarmed the man, and I was able to shoot all the bullets out. And thought I had succeeded. Little did I know that there was another man with a gun. So, the other man with a gun, I was also able to hold it. We threw away the other one because it was now always useless. And that is when they used that gun. They got the other and thrown and hit me here. That's why you say I have a scar here. They hit me here, I have a scar here. But as that was going on, I was making sure this second gun also does not take my life. Senior 6-year girl. Don't look at the big one now. No. So what I'm, even here I was hit everywhere. But finally, they succeeded and shot me. They succeeded and shot me here. But my real success just survived narrowly. So, whenever they are teaching something, it's not for nothing. You may think they brought you here to suffer. Could be the reason God has made it that coming here is going to save your life. Coming here is going to make you save somebody's life. Coming here is going to make you save a future of somebody. When I talk of a life, you may think because I'm talking about a bullet. Even when you educate somebody in your capacity, in your office, as a microfinance support staff, to help somebody put right his or her business, you are saving the future of that person's child. Because you yourself, you don't know who saved your future to be where you are today. Some of you may be looking at your parents, my parents saved the future. What did they go through? What did they go through? Don't look at the current Uganda. Find time and look at the Uganda the Uganda that existed before the one you know now. I've told you briefly about Kyankwanzi. Since 1993 I've been coming here. When I was government chief whip, I started a program with Kyankwanzi that every January we must bring here members of parliament because they are important people and they must know what is going on in the country. So this institution is for all of us, politicians, technical people, and all people in leadership. When we talk of leadership, people think of politicians. No, even here as a head of a family, you're a leader. If you don't lead your family properly, if you don't instill discipline in your children, they become a problem to us. They become a problem to the community. Is that what you would be allowed to be known for? We have people in offices, but they don't think. By the way, thinking is not easy. Most people think thinking is easy. It's not. Especially if you are in the same office doing the same thing. Thinking is a very critical tool, like they told you here. But how many people can think and think strategically? Most people think in the world and think about themselves. But can you think for the others? Can you think for the institution you are leading? That individualistic tendency in you must come out of you if you are to lead. And if we are to benefit from you as an individual, but also as an institution. So, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has simplified everything for us by offering leadership Most importantly, giving us peace and security. Once there is tranquility, you can think and you can work. Once it's not there, you will not work. So when I hear, like Honorable Kasule said, some of your offices not supporting the establishment, you should quit and go. Because what are you implementing? You are implementing the NIL manifesto. We are into political parties. We all carry our manifestos to the voters. Once they voted the NIL manifesto, it is translated into the programs that you implement. So whether you want Museveni or not, you are serving Museveni. Actually, you just have delegated power of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So you cannot say you don't want the person who has given you delegated power. Then you don't understand yourself where you are and what you are for. So I want to take this opportunity to tell you that whoever carries that, please, it is wrong. And why is it that microfinance has existed only under His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni? Was he the first president? Has Uganda just come on you? Before Uganda existed. So, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has been able to identify what are the bottlenecks to be doing business in this country. He has looked at the issue of the cost of power or electricity that is required. Then when they give foreigners to put up factories, we say they are favoring foreigners. But yet everything is set out black and white. Where do you fit? Then you also identify the cost of money. Manage the large or extra size factories. Those go to UDP. And those, some of them can get the guarantees from Bank of Uganda. But then there are those who cannot go there. Those in agriculture, they have the agricultural credit facility. But also now we have those who are really very low, and that is the parish development model. Now you people are left between those who are above the parish development model and UDP. But Microfinance Support Center, I want to tell you, like Honorable Kasule said, if we were well organized, we would have been able to handle the funds of the parish development model, the funds of the women, the funds of the youth, the funds of the people with disability, the funds for the elderly. But because we are not yet there, so other channels are looked at or even created in our presence. But we are the team. You are the team. You are supposed to be the critical thinkers to help us policy makers, make them become policies so that they still come back to implement. So where are we? Let me give you an example. UDP is under Ministry of Finance. Bank of Uganda is under Ministry of Finance. The Myoga funds are sent direct to the beneficiaries from the Ministry of Finance. Microfinance Support Center is under the Ministry of Finance. Do you know that now UDP is doing your work because there are gaps in the community, and we cannot complain as Microfinance Center to say UDP don't do our work because that is our work. Because you have not, the gap is still big. You are slow. Let me give you an example. If you have a registered company or a registered cooperative and you have 30% women or youth, you work in the unit and you get money. And that's supposed to be like for people who are struggling, like in Kyankwanzi, those who are transporting the maize from Kyankwanzi to the different middlemen, and they are youth, they don't have land titles. When they are into a group, they move to UDP. And UDP will buy for them a vehicle or a tractor that they require to facilitate their business. Then it is after they've paid back the money that UDP gives them the logbook of the car. That is supposed to be yours. But if UDP has pulled itself all the way from up there, after realizing a big gap and coming down, that means it's an indictment on you. It's an indictment on us. So, whatever you've covered here, I want you to live here, knowing who you are. You know, it's always good, but also sometimes not good. When you grow up, when you have your mother and father and they are able, you don't explore much and you don't think big, because you're always covered. But for those of us who suffered, grew up where you are getting water from a well, when you are getting water from this side, the other side the snake is drinking, the other side you see the dogs are drinking. When you leave, they bring the cows to share the same water with you. And as you move away, as you get the water, there is these small insects, these small things in water. The frogs, the toads, all smiling at you, saying you are taking water. So even when you are taking water, you become economical, because it means you may not easily get water again. So for those of you who are being driven to school, you cannot compete with us who went walking to school without shoes, because you already had it. But now for you being given the responsibility to help those who are that hardened environment to become important people. Are you ready? Are you looking at yourself? Some of you behave as employees, yet you are the head of that unit, that zone. You are supposed to think this place is meant to make you lead this with a different attitude. That you are supposed to be part of those of the solution to the challenges we have, the challenges of poverty. We have issues. Some of you who have received reports who have misbehaved. You have awarded yourselves money. If I call that awarding or loan, I don't know. Against the set rules. And then you go, and you know that Ugandans are so easy to know that they've been able to get money. When one gets money, first thing is to buy a new car. When one gets money, second thing is to either make a big wedding or marry second or third or fourth or fifth or eighth wife. When one gets money, puts up a big house, even when he's only living with one or two people in that house, you are able to do. Lifestyle audit is the easiest thing in this country. But you are creating insecurity around yourself. Create insecurity around yourself. So, you have, the neighbor doesn't have. But you come into work in Microfinance Support Center, how do you balance those who have and those who don't have? Because those who don't have will then attack those who have. And those who have will kill those who don't have. How do we make people in communities live in harmony? It's your role. So I want to challenge you, Honorable Kasule Arona, for something which you already know and you have said it, and Chairman, that government creating other avenues to take money to the people who belong to you is a sign of an indictment on us. How do we solve it? It's a big one. It's a big one. So, I want to suggest that when we live here, let's go and do more critical thinking. We should do more critical thinking. And serve the NIL government. And we have now changed even our principles. We have been listing them: patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. The President has said, the National Chairman of NIL has said, the number one now is socio-economic transformation. Because these others have been solved to a bigger extent. But now this particular one is one we should take on. And you are the lead because you handle the majority. To go tomorrow easier for yourselves. Make tomorrow easier for all of us all. Make tomorrow easier for His Excellency Yoweri Museveni. Make tomorrow easier for every Ugandan. And we should serve the fathers first. We should not concentrate on the rich, the town, because those don't fall under us. Let's serve the fathers first and making sure the vulnerable become our fruits so that we feel happy as a country. I thank you. I'm convinced with what I saw with this outside there, the way you are handling the gun, self-defense, the way you are responding when you come here, the presentation you made here, especially during the socio-economic transformation. I'm convinced that we are qualified and we can now go and serve the country so that Uganda is better. I take this opportunity to close this district by the Fainance Support Center here at National Leadership District, Kyankwanzi. Asante IGP. Asante Director.
Congratulations, Mr. Tadeo, for having successfully accomplished the transformation initiative.
The second one he exhibited real he was good at parade, and this is the Kasule station. Amechapa mguu sana.
Congratulations.
Kasule station.
We can see the that is testimony that really she deserves.
Yes, for the parade.
The presence for the first in the dream and the parade. Thank you very much.
Yes, the third one is he exhibited himself